Action.
Hello, David.
Hi. Andrew.
Say hi to Dr. Ed with me.
Hello, Dr. Ed.
Hi, Dr. Ed. All right, first question. What are your top 2 hobbies/interests?
Working out. And studying the Bible.
And could you explain why?
Working out is a really nice release, and it's healthy for it's physically healthy, and then also it helps relieve stress, and gets me able to not think. And then obviously studying scripture is really fun for me. You learn about God, you're growing my faith.
All right, next question. Pretty unrelated, but
Okay.
What does your diet typically consist of?
Maybe we should start with what my diet doesn't consist of, because I'm a pretty healthy guy. So I try to avoid the fried foods. I try to avoid greasy stuff, empty carbs, white bread. But eat a lot of chicken. I don't really care how it's prepared, just a lot of chicken, a lot of rice. I would prefer nice white sticky rice.
Yes, I think
I'll take the loose white ODC rice, but preferred is white sticky rice.
White sticky rice is preferred. Okay. Let's see. Continuing on. How do you feel about personal hygiene?
Personal hygiene and self-care is huge for me. I think, you gotta be clean and neat, not that people's perceptions of you is everything, but it says a lot about the type of person you are by how well you take care of yourself, especially the small things that are kind of annoying, like brushing your teeth. No one really likes doing it, but it shows you're disciplined, take care of yourself.
And so next question, are you an early or a fashionably late type of person?
Early, 100%.
Early, okay.
5 minutes early is on time.
Interesting. Is there any personal conviction you have with that, or is that just a standard for your life?
It's just a standard. To me, it's I don't think being late, unless it's obviously if there's a reasonable excuse or there's a reason to be late for some reason. But I think being early just shows respect for the other person's time, or whatever you're going to. It shows respect for whatever you're trying to show up for, that you want to be there and you want to get everything out of it.
So it's sort of about respecting your own time, respecting the time of others.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay. So going along with that theme of working with people, if you were to do a project, would you rather do a project as part of a group or do it solo?
I think it's a case-by-case thing, but if we're trying to generalize it, as painful as it would be I'd probably do it by myself, because that way I know my expectations. I don't have to worry about other people changing what I want, and
yeah, I feel that. So would you say that you consider yourself an easygoing person, or are you more uptight, and why or why not?
Overall, easygoing. There's things I get uptight about, but I think most of the time I'm pretty easygoing. There's not a lot of things I get bent out of shape about. I'll get bent out of shape about personal hygiene stuff, or cleanliness overall. Like living in a dorm, if the place is getting filthy, that's something I'll get annoyed with. But even then, it's roommate leaves their stuff around, leaves food out. It's as long as it's not really in my stuff, I won't care.
Okay. So how willing are you to share your personal belongings with others?
As long as they're not, it really depends on the person, I think.
Like,
So,
like
like-
your like the relationship you have with them.
Yeah, like if I trust them. If I
Okay.
trust them, there's really not a lot I won't let them, like, let someone use. I mean, like, obviously there's things that you don't share, like a toothbrush.
Yeah.
But, like, to me, it more depends on who the person is. So if you're someone I trust, I'll let you really borrow anything as long as I don't need it at that moment. But if you're someone I don't know well, I'll definitely be cautious with more expensive stuff or more sentimental stuff.
So how comfortable are you with trying new things? On a scale of 1 to 10, with your rationale.
5.
Hmm.
I don't seek out to try new things, but if it comes up, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
So.
And you strike me as a pretty spontaneous person. So if something were to come up, then like, sure.
Yeah.
But you won't actively seek out trying new things. But if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Like if I'm at a restaurant, the way I put it, like if I'm at a restaurant, like I want a certain dish, and they're like, oh no, we're out of that dish, and like so I have to pick a new dish. I won't get upset about it. I'll be like, all right, we'll try something new.
Okay. And so I have 2 questions left. They're pretty completely unrelated to everything we've talked about. But I'm gonna ask them anyway.
Okay.
So the first question: what's the ultimate form of authority in your life?
God.
Good answer.
Scripture.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I was like, should I say scripture or God? I was like, I guess God, because he made
scripture.
I was like, but scripture is like how we know what God's will is.
So I think it's a good answer. Okay, last question. Way out of left field here. Do you think there should be any form of gun restriction?
Like
Any at all?
in the country or at LBC?
In the country.
Oh, okay.
Like from a more political perspective.
Any
control.
and all.
This was a filler question. I wanted a 10th one.
Yeah. Would you count like background checks as restrictions?
I mean, it's part of the process, so I guess.
I think there should be background checks. I think there should be a national criminal database. But when it comes to like the capacity and caliber / potency a weapon has, I don't think there really should be a limit. Again, background checks, safety checks, sure. But I'm a pretty conservative guy, Dr. Ed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, Mr. Workman.